When I was like 2 years old, very young, I had this thing in my nose. You can still see the scars. I had this very severe infection, and at the time, with my parents didn't know that I had one, and you know, there was a lot of symptoms. My eyes were like red all the time, and I think my dad told this story like a couple of times. I'll see if I can recite it. But yeah, I was in very bad shape. I was like, my nose was very runny and my eyes were red. I was feeling like very sick, like back then. And my dad, like, he went to a doctor and he said, "Look, there's something up with my kid, and I need you to tell me what it is." And the first doctor was like, "Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. The kid, he's fine. There's nothing wrong with him." And my dad wasn't convinced about the doctor's words. So what happened next is my dad, like, he was, um, I think, just concerned about my health. And so he went to like, I think in total, did he say like something about like four doctors or something like that? And then until he got like a final, like an actual good diagnosis about what was happening with me, they found out that the doctor said, the actual good doctor said like, we need to bring this kid, aka me back then, immediately to like a surgery, or I'll be dead or something. And yeah, then I got the surgery. The scar never left, and my dad, with his gut feeling and very strong sense of, yeah, something's not wrong, something's not right, something is not right, and trying to figure things out and all that. Like, actually, I'd be dead if I wouldn't have had this thing operated on me, which is crazy to think. Like, before I even achieved consciousness and like the ability to remember anything, I would have already been dead. And I mean, there are perhaps like a lot of lessons to take away from that. And I was gonna talk about something else. I was planning on talking about something else during this video, but I actually think it's good to pivot to something else, which is to kind of like just appreciate life in general. Um, right now, I mean, I have an indomitable human spirit, and I'm a very tough person, but I'm going through some hard times right now, and still, you have to have that blink of life in you, and that appreciation. Like, even if you have had a couple of shit months behind you, maybe even a shit year, it doesn't define anything. Like, side note, you're not defined by your circumstances. A very big lesson, and otherwise, just you gotta appreciate life. It's so weird to think about. I've been thinking about this recently a lot. I'd probably not be here if it wasn't for my dad. And there's a big culture in online space. You know, I used to be a part of it, the doomer space. I don't know. I kind of instinctually kind of go back to it like every once and whatever that words is. Once around, go back to that space like coincidentally every winter when I get that seasonal depression. But you know, if you try to like kind of expand your mind from there, almost not rationally maybe, but kind of more open-minded, you start to realize life is very important, and just appreciate every moment you have. You don't know what's gonna the next year's gonna look like. There's a lot of blessings for all of us, and I won't make this video any longer because I don't really have anything much to say. So, see ya.